Every week we have 4 shorts to boost up ornaments, but what's worth your investment? Let's build a tier list from worst to best ornaments that you must get. Belobog of the Architect is one of the most basic ornaments for your tanks, offering 15% defense, and when you reach 50% effect hit rate, it increases your defense by an additional 15%. It is good in all preservation characters as they scale with defense, but especially on Gepard and March 7 as they can inflict freezing and will need effect hit rate. Although it is an extremely situational ornament limited to your tanks, it is in the same world as Inert Salsotto, which consequently improves its position, as farming it will have multiple benefits for your team. Therefore, it ranks as B tier. Broken Keel is the first ornament from patch 1.2 that we'll address. It gives us 10% effect resistance, which can be quite useful now that we encounter so many types of debuffs. But besides that, when reaching 30% effect resistance, it offers 10% crit damage for the whole team. It ends up being a good ornament for your healers to stay safe while continuing to heal your team, while also providing more damage for your entire team. Its farm is also quite popular, since it's where you will obtain Rutilant Arena. Its only weakness is that effect resistance doesn't help with the scaling in any character that we have at the moment. The other option for your healers and buffers will be Fleet of the Ageless, which offers HP and attack for the whole team. Due to this, Broken Keel is an A tier. Celestial Differentiator, or as I call it, a piece of trash, unfortunately is one of the worst ornaments to have. Although it offers 16% in crit damage, it requires 120% crit damage to activate its second effect, which is garbage. It increases your crit rate by 60%, but only during the first attack. To make matters worse, its farm is together with Pan-Galactic Commercial Enterprise, which is another extremely situational ornament, putting Celestial Differentiator in the D tier trash can. Moving from last place to first, we have Fleet of the Ageless, one of the best ornaments in the game. This ornament offers 12% max HP, and when reaching 120 speed, it increases by 8% the attack for all your characters. It's a great ornament for any of your healers, but also for some supports, helping scaling most of your characters. To top it off, its farm is together with Space Sealing Station, which is quite generic and can be useful for many of your DPSs and buffers. Due to this, there is no doubt that it is an S tier ornament. Inert Salsotto increases your crit rate by 8%, and when you have above 50% crit rate, it boosts your follow-ups and ultimate damage by 15%. This is perhaps one of the most versatile ornaments in the game, being super useful for basically any DPS character, especially among the 5-star characters who constantly have follow-up attacks as part of their kit. Its only competition is Rutilant Arena, which requires much more crit rate. Its only drawback is being the same world as Belobog of the Architect. Therefore, it sits in the A tier. Pan-Galactic Commercial Enterprise is extremely situational, as it offers 10% effect hit rate and 25% of your effect hit rate becomes an increase in attack. Its main use is for characters who use damage over time or the buffers like Silverwolf. Because of this, farming it has a low priority, and to make matters worse, it is obtained from the same world as Celestial Differentiator. For this reason, it will be in C tier. It has some usefulness, but is very close to entering the D tier of down farm zone. Rutilant Arena is the second ornament added in patch 1.2, and it has a very similar effect to Inert Salsotto. It also increases your crit rate by 8%. However, when reaching 70% crit rate, it boosts the damage of your basic attack and skill by 20%. For characters like Blade, who heavily rely on their basic attack, this is a huge boost. Additionally, it can be farmed together with Broken Keel, which also has a good usability. Its main issue is the high demand for crit rate, which makes it difficult to obtain the second boost without a huge investment. For this reason, Rutilant Arena will sit in the A tier. Space Sealing Station increases your attack by 12%, and when you reach 120 speed, it further increases your attack by another 12%. Its effect is simple but extremely useful since many of your characters scale with attack. Therefore, it becomes a filler for almost any character. Additionally, it can be farmed together with Fleet of the Ageless, making the farming much more beneficial. I place it in the top of B tier. Its only drawback is that it often becomes a filler, and it's not the most optimized for the vast majority of characters. Sprightly increases your energy recovery by 5%, and when you reach 120 speed, it increases your movement by 40% as soon as you enter battle. Its use is very low and restricted to a few characters who can make use of it, similar to Pan-Galactic Commercial Enterprise. However, its second effect is almost useless. As if it wasn't bad enough, it is formed together with Talia Kingdom of Banditry, and I'll explain shortly in the next ornament why this is so bad. But because of all of this, it sits in the bottom of C tier, bordering a drop to D tier. To top it all off, we have Talia Kingdom of Banditry. Unfortunately, it is another resident of D tier in the Don't Farm section. It offers 16% of break effect, and when you reach 145 speed, it increases your break effect by an additional 20%. But why the hell does it require 145 speed, when all the others only require 120 speed? Second, break effect is hardly used in any build. Even among damage over time, effect hit rate is way more important. To finish, it is farmed together with Sprightly, making this whole farming process a huge pile of crap. That's it, guys. If you're looking for a tier list for relics, don't worry, there is another video right here to help you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and well, thank you, and see you next time.
It's that time again to get